still got that somewhere. Okay, so what did you think?
Look, I loved it, but I have issues. And I've got to say they're geek issues. I'm one of those people who grew up reading the comics and cares too much. So I would rather hear your thoughts first.
Okay.
Because I feel they'll be more balanced.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I fucking loved it. It was excellent. I thought it was tight. I'm always looking at the big, in filmmaking, I'm looking at the big aspects.
Yep.
Your themes, your characters, your plot, your tone, your pacing.
Yep.
So I'm just fucking kind of ticking them off as I'm watching
yeah.
it. I'm like, holy fuck! It is tight and it is solid and it's delivering. It's like we're getting it all here. So I really enjoyed it, and it's rare that I don't have any complaints, but I kind of just came out of it going, well, fuck, that was really well done. And what I really liked is that the bad guy wins. I'm like, holy fuck, okay, because it's hard to pull off.
It is.
So Thanos gets his way by the end, and it's like, okay, you got to take a second to kind of just swallow that pill and go, fuck. The bad guy won in a Disney-owned Marvel product, and it was done in a way that was not too clunky. The building blocks were there, and there was a lot of development. Like a strong villain makes a huge difference. It makes there is a thing like, if you got a strong villain, your heroes are going to be stronger kind of naturally.
Yep.
And for me, they really nailed that. They were like, well, let's have Thanos be a really strong villain. You want to know what his motivations are. You want to understand his point of view. Marvel's gotten really good at that. Even the Spider-Man film, Homecoming with Keaton.
With Keaton as the Vulture.
Construction worker. They're like, mate, you can't keep all this shit. We're fucking taking it away from you.
For my
He's
money,
like, I'm just a bloke trying to run his business.
Just a blue-collar bloke trying to get by in a tough economy.
Right.
Oh, mate, I reckon he's the best Marvel villain to date.
Okay, yeah.
Keaton as the Vulture.
I rate that as well. I'm like, fuck, he was good. And a strong villain just kind of lifts the whole film up. So your other characters, your heroes, can just coast along and take a bit of pressure off them because they're already pretty developed.
Oh, yeah.
Or they've had their own movies and shit. So
can I butt in here?
Yes.
Can I butt in here? My beef, because I don't have many beefs, but I care too much. But again, it was kind of Thanos' movie, right? It was kind of his film. Like in terms of which character was it about of the 20,000 characters in the film, was probably about Thanos. This is my thing. So if it's his movie, and there were so many scenes humanising him. Let's go into his relationships, his motivations, his philosophies. I got a little bit sick of him. Now I've got to say, Josh Brolin's performance, amazing, and the CGI work to turn basically a purple blob into a really engaging screen presence, top dollar. But it's kind of his movie, and here's my thing: if it's Thanos' movie, he didn't have enough obstacles. I reckon it was just too clear from the get-go. They established in the very first opening scene, no, this is a guy who can bloody punch the Hulk out, bloody just toy with him. Nothing's got to get in his way.
Right.
And to me, it felt foregone. And to me,
you could see that ending coming. Do you
absolutely,
think?
absolutely. Like it was like and nothing really. There was not one moment. He had a few feelings. Getting the soul body gem, the soul stone. With the Gamora, that whole business. He had a few feelings there. But other than that, nothing.
Well, he did have to break out of being kind of held down by Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. They're like fucking that teamwork.
He had a bit of a Barney. He had a fight.
I mean, he just had to throw a planet or a moon at them.
Yeah. No, I mean,
that's a decent obstacle. Like four of the heroes trying to get at you.
Here's my tactical question in that scene.
Okay.
Right? All that wrestling over the gauntlet, trying to pull it. Why did no one cut his arm off? Just cut the arm off.
Yeah, okay. Then you're jumping into the realm of tone.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you got a lot of things to juggle in filmmaking. Your character, your theme, your tone, your plot, your pacing. So, I mean, it's a bit horror.
Yeah, well...
I mean, maybe they could... Yeah, I hear. There's probably a way to do it in like a kind of PG manner.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, Wolverine would have cut my arm. Deadpool would have cut it. The Punisher would have shot it off, perhaps attached.
Well, they're all hardcore. They've got R ratings. They're
true.
they're like, nah, we're fucking R rated.
No, they're dark ads. It's true. That's true.
Yeah. So, mate, that could have happened, but who's the one that could have done it? I guess Tony could have done it.
Tony Stark's armor was doing everything in that movie. Everything.
Yeah.
There was shields growing out of it. It was bloody nanobots. It was going on everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But as a whole,
good
to have a strong villain in terms of just the antagonist.
Oh, sure.
Good to have a strong villain instead of one that's weak as fuck, and you're like, why am I watching? Like, I've gotten frustrated at like your Lex Luthors in the past, and I'm like, what does he want? To just do evil? It's I am evil. It's like, oh, come on, man. Like, if other films can just flesh these bad guys out so much at the moment, then that's the bar.
That's right.
And maybe, I hear what you say though. It's like, well, they went over the bar that it was his film.
Oh, I think so. And he was just a little bit too inevitable. He was like a tsunami or bloody stage 4 cancer. It was on. There was no getting right past it.
Yeah.
And here's my thing, because I kind of knew, I had some insider information that was going to be, kind of a bit of a sort of a big, it was going to be a cliffhanger, right? We're going to get another movie soon. And this is the big thing that the Marvel was so keen that no one knew, right? This whole Thanos demands your silence. They let people know it's going to be a 2-parter. Do you reckon people not knowing that felt robbed? Did you feel robbed?
I didn't feel robbed. No, I because they delivered it. It's like they gently let the bad guy win.
Yeah.
I think they gently let him win. Like you say, it was a tsunami or it was stage 4 cancer slowly coming at you, and it's like, oh fuck, it's melancholia with the big fucking planet coming at you. It's like, he's a strong villain and he's going to be tough to defeat. And for me, that was the tension of it as well, I guess. It's like, okay, we've got a bad guy who is an actual challenge. And that's good because the heroes can't be flawless like they used to be 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's like a lot of movies these days, it's what are the main characters' flaws? What do they need to overcome? And, Loki needs to stop being the mischief bloke and being a dickhead, which he kind of overcame at the end of Ragnarok. It was like, okay, Loki, you can keep tricking people, but everyone else grows and gets on with life. So, they gave him that character arc, and it was a villain that pushed the heroes. But it made them a bit stronger in a way, which I really liked. And I didn't feel robbed because it was gently done that he wins. You still have enough good hero moments. It's like Thor with his fucking axe, and it's like, that's so cool. You have so many good hero moments that it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't feel ripped off. It was a good kind of bittersweet feeling, I guess. Whereas, something like, maybe it's a weird reference, but The Mist, where it's like a very dark ending and he's fucking suiciding, blowing heads off and things. It's an old movie, I guess. But it's like, that was jarring for people. It's like, well, I thought they were going to escape, and then it's got this kind of jarring ending where the main character's shooting people and ready to kill himself before the monsters get him. And that was, people were not gently worked into that kind of dark ending, and I love that. I'm like, fuck, I love that ending. That's so ballsy.
I am concerned for like any 10-year-old kids in the audience, because this is the thing, we're watching this through the eyes of like, of adult people, right? With some age, some cynicism. Like we need to kind of see half the universe destroyed to start to care, right? Because we've seen it all. 10-year-old kid watching Spider-Man, watching Black Panther. I mean, that's got to be harrowing, right?
Right.
That's traumatizing people, which is, exciting.
They've gone a bit darker.
They've gone darker. And on that though, here's the thing, right? In any movie, any story, any book, any whatever, like death is always the big threat, right? Death, life and death. That's all every story comes down to. They're not going to keep Black Panther. They're not going to keep Spike. You know what I mean?
Keep them dead.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, no, that's just the business side. So behind all this artsy shit, there's the business side, and there's no way Disney and Marvel Studios are killing cash cows like Black Panther and Spider-Man. They're going to come back. They're going to come back.
Here's my question then. Didn't that take you out of the movie a little bit? When you're going, oh, well, that guy's coming back. That guy's coming back.
I don't think so, because you're just absorbing the movie as its own straight away.
Okay.
Maybe afterwards, 10, 15, 20 minutes after, I was like, Oh, well, it's no worries because they're going to fix it. And did you stay for the after credits Easter egg?
I did.
Yeah, so there's a solution coming when Nick Fury's contacting someone there. Yeah. And it's like, okay, yeah, it's going to be okay, but you can just enjoy the movie still as a standalone before you kind of go, well, it's not for real. I don't think it undoes all the work. I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you're not being that extreme either. You're not. It undoes it all.
No. The movie as a whole, right? They landed that plane. They got that plane off the ground and they landed it, and that's amazing. Like so many characters. Look, when Avengers came out, I was just blown away for the first time ever. Someone had done a good superhero team movie. Never been done before.
The ensemble cast.
Yeah, exactly. And
well, that's another thing. Was it too crowded for your liking?
Probably a little bit, but I still take my hat off.
Yeah,
that's to me the size of the cast was just unprecedented in terms of the amount of heroes and the stage time they've got to share. And that.
It's a massive selling point. Yeah. It's like, I got to go see it just to see how the fuck they execute this.
Exactly. And I was a bit overstimulated. I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit shaken at the end of the movie, just going, there was almost too much happening. But yeah,
was there one character plot that you liked more than the others?
I think Thanos' movie. I don't know that too many. It was good. There was nice moments, right? So we saw Benedict and Robert Downey Jr. in a bit of a Sherlock Holmes off. Their little ego bloody dick measuring contest. That was a lot of fun. I hated that the Hulk was out for most of the movie.
Right, he was pretty useless, wasn't he?
Banner running around in the Hulkbuster armor? No.
Performance issues,
Yeah, not okay with that.
Performance anxiety, stage fright.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what caused it, because he kind of got through Ragnarok. All right, that's his most recent appearance, isn't it? I guess just in terms of character continuity. He ended that like a pretty confident Hulk. Yeah, so I wasn't too sure what was causing the performance anxiety issues.
My buddy Darren, who is he is an apologist to every superhero movie ever.
Yeah, I know Daz.
He always chooses the optimistic side. His take on it was that the Hulk got so badly beat up by Thanos, the Hulk was scared and didn't want to come back. Because that's why he kept saying no. And I'm like, look, that's kind of logical, except that the Hulk doesn't get scared, he gets angry. But Darren was going, the Hulk's like a 2-year-old child. I'm going, I don't want a Hulk who's a 2-year-old child.
Yeah.
I want a Hulk who's like a 14-year-old child off his Dexies.
Yeah. That would be the one that where the character development or character continuity was probably a bit off. They got away with it on maybe a comedic level. I think it was like, it's alright. Let's. I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's a dude wrestling with kind of this personality disorder, and there's a joke there that can play out, and it's pretty good.
Yeah. But the Hulk is my favourite character to see punching on screen. And when you've got that huge punch on a Wakanda at the end, to miss out on the Hulk.
Yeah. And they probably didn't utilise the suit that much because they want the old Hulk to come back still.
Totally.
So it's like the new suit can't be too good, or else why wouldn't he just use it all the time? Yeah, all right. His character was a bit jumbled, I suppose you'd say.
And something else, and I'm getting so nitpicky here.
Yeah.
But another character moment is where I just went, what? Early in the scene, so the Scarlet Witch turns up as part of a posse to save the Vision. And Black Widow turns up as part of a posse with Cap and Falcon, I think, to save bloody Vision and Scarlet Witch from getting bloody shit mixed.
Yep.
Right? They've got them at bloody, the fight's happening, comes a bit of a Mexican standoff, and Black Widow, of all characters in the MCU, bloody says, we don't want to kill you. I'm like, Natasha, she's an assassin. She's always been the badass. She's always been like, that's her job. She's,
Are they trying to give her some growth or development across this next bunch of films then?
Maybe. But I don't want a Black Widow who's all, we don't want to kill you.
Right.
I want a Black Widow who's all, well, clearly the best thing here is to kill you. That's what I want.
Did they have to let them go? I mean, Thanos has probably got a few kind of henchmen and right-hand blokes and Sheilas who could have taken the place. Yeah, he's got staff, so he could have given someone a promotion. Yeah. And then, she could have ruthlessly killed him. Yeah, all right, Moz. Nah, that's not bad. No, well, what did you think? I mean, we kind of covered some character there. Your protagonists and your antagonists. What about the themes? like we've said, it's a bit dark. It's getting a bit dark,
Yeah.
and it's. I mean, the themes are tied to Thanos in a way because as you say, it's pretty much his movie.
Yeah.
And he's fucking wanting to kill half the world.
Yeah, half the universe.
Half the universe, sorry.
Yeah, and it's now I need to, and we're going to go down a rabbit hole here, and I'll try not to go too far down, but I am so stuck on how his finger clicky rapture spell works, right?
Okay.
Because we were promised it all along. He does it at the end, right? Bang, half the universe dead. Now, how does that even? Okay, so who half of who is dead? Half of all animal life? No, it appears to be just people like humans. Well, surely in the diversity of the universe, you're going to have a lot of alien races. So is it just races who have built civilization? Because Thanos was like, eventually civilization grows to a point where it's all pollution and war and bad stuff. So if you're just like new life on a planet somewhere, if you've got some idyllic garden planet and you know, the sentient race there are just kind of just barely making tools, are they wiped out halfway?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I gotcha.
Might be enough. So I'm just wondering what kind of parameters does he put on his magic finger clicky bloody 50% genocide?
Yeah, well, he must have done some coding or something.
You'd hope so.
On some bloody HTML markup.
Because
You know,
otherwise it's
he'd
very
done
arbitrary.
some coding and he'd fucking worked out
Yeah.
that this and this and this stone with this equals bloody, click and you wipe out. Maybe it's like, it was a random lottery. Didn't he say when he was ruling, he was like, it was a lottery. I wanted it to be fair in that way. So I guess copy and paste that idea. He's fixated.
Yeah, but
he's
what species
fixated.
on what planets? That's what I want to know.
Right.
Because
right.
the Marvel universe seems to be a universe where there's a lot of intelligent life out there.
Yep.
On what we in the astronomy game call Cinderella planets.
Right.
Capable of sustaining life.
Yeah.
Seems to be a lot of them.
Yeah, well, you're a good bloke. You're thinking of everyone. You're thinking of the little people and stuff. But the broad theme of like fucking, let's wipe out half the planet. You know, is it like a population control thing?
Yeah.
And how that relates back to Earth as well.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fuck. You know, what's the limit on populations?
Yeah.
Because it is a topic that comes up on Earth as well.
All
And
the
it's
time,
like,
people
you
saying
know,
we got
7
more.
billion, 8 billion, 9 billion.
Yep.
It's like, well, what's the fucking limits?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a good theme, I think, in that way. It's like exploring something that's tough to talk about.
Absolutely. Well,
And you're going to have people that go, yeah, I agree with Thanos. And then you're going to have people that don't agree with him.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty strong fucking theme.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck me, Marvel.
Well, my missus is hard as balls. She was like fully team Thanos.
Wow.
She was like, yeah, no, that's a good idea. Let's do it.
See, I'm all about balance. I'm like, well, you know, if you can fucking cut back on this and do this, you know, well, we don't know how many
Exactly.
people the planet can hold.
Well, you know.
Do we? Maybe. I'm sure there's an academic peer review.
There's probably someone
paper.
done some bloody projections.
Someone's done stuff. Someone's written an article.
I mean, there are certainly many people in the environmental sciences now, environmental activists saying we can't sustain the people we got. You know,
Wow.
so at some level, you know, Thanos is a bit of a greenie.
Wow.
You know, because he's trying to save the world from the people who are native to the world, which is, you know, strange thing.
Yeah.
Strange thing. He
It's
doesn't.
pretty full on.
He doesn't want the world.
Yeah.
But it's the actual. But somehow he wants, you know, Earth to sustain longer or something.
Yeah.
You know. It's just,
He wants to be the guy, but then it is that side of, well, is it just craziness? Is it a guy that's trying to over control? And
Yeah,
he's
see,
like,
I don't-
it's up to me. No one else will do it. It's a dirty job.
yeah.
I'll be the fucking guy who does it. Like that does it. Like we're gonna have a politician or someone who's a
Yeah.
megalomaniac come along and go fucking, yeah, I'll be the guy that does it. World War III. Fucking let's do some wiping out.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck me.
Yeah.
It's a depressing theme.
Oh, yeah. And surely Thanos could have done it in other ways. I mean, because he was going around planet to planet initially. You know, in the old days, that was the backstory.
Right.
Like, you know, you saw Gamora as a little girl.
Yeah.
Thanos, and he's having to kill her people old school, doing the half and half. He's having to like shoot them with lasers and stuff. Right?
Instead of I've got a fancy weapon.
Yeah.
Wow, technology and weapons.
Yeah,
There's
there
a
you
theme.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. So Thanos was basically a bloke who was hitting middle age.
Yeah.
And going, I don't have time to get to every planet in the universe that's supporting a civilized society. I've just got to bloody Infinity Gauntlet up and just get it done. And then I can retire and enjoy myself.
Yeah. Full on themes. And it's a good kind of ambiguity. Like, I always hate filmmakers who are ambiguous. They're like, well, there's possible meanings, but they haven't thought it out. And it's like, it's because they don't know what they're trying to say. Whereas this is still kind of ambiguous in terms of the message and everything. And it's like, well, yeah, there's a lot to unpack thematically, I think, which is great. Like, when these blockbusters and these huge films can have such deep kind of messages and themes, it's pretty...
Yeah.
It's a treat. It's a real treat. And it's a notch up above the ones that just can't get there. So, yeah, the themes, I was thinking about it for a bit after. I was left thinking.
I'm still thinking.
We're unpacking it now.
Yeah,
and we're thinking about some more things. So,
in terms of dollar spend at the cinema, bloody good value, because I haven't stopped thinking about it.
You get your money's worth, absolutely. All right, so protagonists, antagonists, themes. I mean, plot, stop him from getting the stones. Pretty good.
Like I say, it felt too inevitable to me.
Yeah, right. Pacing, did you get bored?
No.
That's good.
No, there was almost too much happening. I would have preferred it to slow down more often.
Okay.
Because there was a few slow scenes for some character moments. They were nice. I wanted more of those, but there was so much to fit in, you know.
Yep.
It had to be tight as balls, and they kept it tight as balls, so good on them.
Yep. Okay, tone. Do you like the Marvel tone still? Was it too funny? Was it not funny enough? Was it too dark? Was it...
I don't know. It felt to me like it was standing on a precipice. It could have... a bit indecisive. Like to me, that could have gone... Yeah. Pull back from the edge a little bit, or go a bit darker. I would have liked to see one of the heroes completely lose their shit. Thor did a little bit.
He was not as funny as in previous films. Or Ragnarok, when they upped the comedy, which a lot of people went with. It was like, all right, fuck yeah. I mean, it's always been pretty funny, even since the first one. He's smashing glasses in the bloody shop and give me another, and there's always been jokes in the Thor movies. So. But they were like, nah, Thor's getting fucking serious.
Yeah, no.
I think that was a good change for his character.
I liked that. I'm just going to get me a bloody super axe and killer fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's lost all his family.
He lost all his family?
Even there was a dark comedy with that where he's like, I've lost my mother, I've lost my father, I've lost my brother. Yeah, that was fucking... Thor was great. Yeah. I really liked Thor in this one, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tone... Yeah, I know what you mean. It could have committed a bit more to one or the other. I suppose it's thinking of the films that have come before it a lot as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, other directors have taken it this way or that way.
Yep.
So, yeah, we got to kind of commit to one or the other. All right, what's your overall fucking... how should we do our star system?
Good question.
For 4 out of 5 beers, 10 and 9 out of 10 fucking vaping juices.
Well, yeah, okay, let's go, buddy. Yeah, no, 4 out of 5 beers. What would you say? How many beers out of 5?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5?
4.5.
Wow.
I mean, I don't want to be like, it was perfect, but...
Yeah.
I mean, gee whiz, they got a lot in there.
Yeah.
If you're ticking off all the big things, it's like...
Yeah.
Fuck, they did so well. And it feels unfair to kind of give it a high score when other movies have not done so well. Yeah, Justice League I kind of enjoyed, I suppose. I don't want to start talking about competitors, but it's like they still kind of, Last Jedi, they still get some high scores from people, and it's like there was so much less confidence, and it was so, and these other films can get so convoluted.
Yep.
Yeah, look, at least 4.8.
Wow.
4.8 Cooper's Session Ale.
Wow.
Not Cooper's Vintage.
Yep.
Or Sparkling. I mean, this is like their new Coopers.
Yep.
It's like a mid-strength still. So, 4.8 out of 5 mid-strength. Our rating. It's great.
Yeah, it's good.
I still enjoyed it.
I'm going to go...
I know what you say. You're fine to nitpick, mate. It's all right. Yeah. Like, you fucking... You're a comic guy. You're a comic guy.
4, full unopened cold cans on ice.
Okay.
And half a can that was left over from the night before with a couple of cigarette butts in it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's a good rating.
Yeah.
Avengers Infinity War is in cinemas now.
It's true.
I don't have to plug it.
No, it's doing okay.
That's the end of our Infinity War review. That was pretty good.